There may be nothing quite like a hard science fiction novel when it comes to escapism. Revelation Space by Alastair Reynolds is a hard science fiction novel, and it's the first installment in what was originally a trilogy that has now become a series. This thing takes place in the Revelation Space universe, and I really like the setting for this because everything is within 15 light years of Earth, so it has a kind of comfortable, close feeling. And much of the book takes place on this massive, epic, gigantic spaceship, the Nostalgia for Infinity. Great cast of characters here. Dan Sylvester is an archaeologist who's trying to solve a mystery in this book, and he wants to know what happened with the Amarantan race. You see, the Amarantan had their own planet named Resurgam, and it appears that they were becoming technologically really advanced, and then suddenly they disappear without a trace, and no one knows what happened to this advanced civilization. Ilya Volyova runs the spaceship Nostalgia for Infinity, and she needs Dan Sylvester's help. You see, there's a problem on board the Nostalgia. The captain, who is a mechanical personality, basically, his consciousness is uploaded onto the ship, and he's become infected with the melding plague, and it's taking over, and they need help trying to save the captain. We also have an assassin in this book. Anna Corey has been hired to kill Dan Sylvester. So 3 narrative strands are coming together in this book. We have Dan digging on Resurgam, trying to figure out what happened to the Amarantan race. We have Ilya Volyova and crew crossing space in their spaceship, seeking out Dan's help for the problem they have with their captain. And we have Anna Corey, who has managed to get aboard the Nostalgia for Infinity, and she's also crossing space with the crew seeking out Dan. This book addresses a very intriguing question. It's the primary theme. Why don't we see evidence of extraterrestrial activity when we look out into the universe? Reynolds addresses this theme in a brilliant manner. And the idea in this one is one of the best, possibly the best science fiction idea that I have encountered so far. This book opens up in a very interesting manner, and when it comes to the pacing, I thought it opened up great. I thought it ended really well, but I will say that there was a bit in the middle where Reynolds was spending time nuancing the characters and world building when I just wanted to get on with a resolution with this one. So I will say the pacing was just a little slow for me in the middle, but this is a brilliant work overall, so I don't want that to deter you from reading it. One of the great elements in this one is that there are many complex mechanical and neurological ideas. I love what Reynolds is doing with the minds of his characters, and there's an element of plausibility. You see, Reynolds is an astronomer. What better job could you have to go into writing science fiction, right? And he knows the science. And in this one, the laws of physics, the laws of cosmology, the laws of mathematics are not violated. For example, there's no faster than light travel with the spaceships. The fact that Reynolds stays true to science in this piece really works well, and I really appreciate it. There's quite a bit of brutality in this novel. It can be quite horrific at times. You see, the characters want what they want, and they're going to try to get it. So there's some violence in this one, and there's some really awesome weaponry as well. I am totally committed to reading the rest of the installments in this series. Quick story for you here, friends. When I was about 15 years old or so, I wanted to read a science fiction novel. I had never read one, so I went to the Walden Books, which was in the mall at that time, and I picked this one out just based on the cover. You can tell it's a sci-fi book, and I was blown away by the complex ideas within. I'm really looking forward to going back through it for a reread as I make my way through this epic series. I give this one an 8 out of 10 rating. The only con that I can think of is that I felt that Reynolds dropped the ball a bit as far as the suspense in the middle of the book, but there's so much going on here that is great with the characters and the primary theme and the world building and the engineering and the science that this one is totally worth it, and I'm giving it a high recommendation. Well, there you go, guys. This one was a ton of fun. I'm upping my game when it comes to reading science fiction and fantasy, and I'm going to be reading Peter F. Hamilton's Pandora series after I finish these Revelation Space books. You can join me on social media. Links are in the description. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.